Hello, Sanctuary family. My name is Nathan. On behalf of myself, my daughter, our dog Daisy, welcome to our home here in North City, Texas. I am a volunteer with the Sanctuary. I am also the moderator of the Health and Awareness page. If you haven't been on there, or if you're not viewing this video from that page, please come check us out. It's Big Guy, Little World Sanctuary, Health and Awareness. It's a place where we can all come. We have roughly 30,000 members now, just shy of 30,000 members. And we discuss problems, solutions. We discuss some of the products we bring, but more than anything, it's a place for us to come together and a place where I can come and get an idea of the needs of the sanctuary and of the family and develop products. We've brought a lot of products to market, and I say market, we hate sales, but to bring to you guys products such as the fulvic humic acid. We brought probiotic, prebiotic with ashwagandha, but mainly the CBD. CBD was our first product we brought in. It was brought in for, it was really a dire need. Bobby had obviously an issue with a lot of the dogs in the sanctuary having seizures. Did a little bit of research and found out that, hey, CBD has been shown to help bring dogs out of seizures. Bobby and I have been friends. He's like a brother to me. He's family, long before the sanctuary. And just through our common love for athletics and nutrition and sports and whatnot, we kind of put our heads together. 2 years later, I was able to track down a viable source of CBD, being a full spectrum offering that would pull a dog out of a seizure. So from that, here we are. We've been able to bring several products to the sanctuary and to you guys. All of these products, with the exception of the CBD roll-on, are good for pet and human consumption. To dispel a few things, and that's kind of what I'd like to do this evening, there is no such thing as a dog CBD. There's CBD. We use a full spectrum with an MCT carrier. MCT is beneficial in many ways to your pet, and to yourself as well. And I guess we want to start with that. Let's go over dosing. Dosing is an issue. Because CBD products are not regulated by the FDA, we are not allowed to quote unquote dose. Instead, what we do is we treat symptoms of many different problems by affliction and reaction. You'll hear me say that a lot. Each pet, each human is going to amortize things differently. It's going to be different from pet to pet, from person to person. We're all just built a little bit different. So jumping right into it, I'm going to deal with some very common things, the things that I hear the most, and then a little bit later on we can do some more videos. You guys can bring up some questions and whatnot. I will try and address those through some more videos possibly, and really try and answer all the questions the best that we can. There are things that we can do and that we can't do, and I'll hopefully explain those and the reason why we're a little bit different than everybody else. I think Bobby has touched on a lot of it, but since this is just a very general informational video, I'll touch just a little bit on that. And I'll try and keep it short. There is a whole lot. Just going to do my best. So most common things that I see is question for, hey, my pet has a problem, and we'll just use arthritis. That seems to be the most common issue. As dogs get older, they get arthritic. It's painful to watch. And even in humans, it's a horrible issue. We're going to go through it. So that is one of the things that CBD is really good for. CBD is really good for relieving the symptoms of arthritis through the removal of inflammation. It's probably one of the greatest properties of CBD is the fact that it removes inflammation. So I get this question, what do I do? What do I do? What product do I take? What's safe for my pet? my dog weighs X amount of pounds, my dog is X years old. Okay, so let's start there. We do not recommend usage of CBD by weight, by age, or for the most part, not by different problems. CBD does not, quote unquote, cure anything, but what it does do is address a lot of the underlying symptoms. And it does do a lot for our body. The list is endless. We can do these videos from now to the end of time, and we'll keep finding things. And that's what the health and awareness page is for. So we'll start with arthritic conditions. I get a lot of emails, and you will find my email in the body of the video. I'll have Bobby put that up for you. It's nathan.bglws@gmail.com. So any questions that you have, any customer service issues, please address those here. Please do not send those to the sanctuary, as the email address for the sanctuary gets inundated and flooded with so many different questions and comments and things. We can't simply get through it all. So the ones concerning health and awareness, please address those to me so I can see those. I hate to miss them, so please help us there. So someone comes with me with an arthritic condition. So the first thing that I always recommend is going with a tincture drop. In particular, the 3,000 milligram tincture drop. Okay, so let's discuss what is in this 3,000 milligram CBD bottle. So we use an MCT carrier, and there are 3,000 milligrams of total CBD in this bottle. This bottle is 30 milliliters. Each dropper is 1 milliliter, and we have conveniently marked those in 0.25 milliliter increments. That's important to know. It's on the bottle. It's very simple. So in order to determine what the actual quote unquote dosage is of the CBD product, it is not like your aspirin. It's not like your Tylenol or your ibuprofen, where the FDA has decided, hey, this is what a common dose is. It's 100 milligram, it's a 200, it's a 250, it's a 500 milligram. CBD is not regulated that way. So the way that they regulate CBD is they tell us that we have to disclose exactly what is in the bottle, the entire bottle. So that is 3,000 milligrams. So some simple math, 3,000 milligrams, 30 milliliters in a 1 milliliter dropper. So each 1 milliliter dropper is 100 milligrams of CBD. And that goes for all of our products. So if you're using a 250 milligram, that's good for just kind of some maintenance. You're getting a full dropper, and it's 8.33 milligrams, which is not a lot. It's okay for maintenance. But when you're looking to try and alleviate some serious symptoms or acute issues, we recommend stepping up. I always recommend the 3,000, but I know that budgets don't always allow that to happen. But this is by far the cheapest per milligram, and it is the most efficient. It's the easiest to use. If you have a dog with seizures, this is what you want in your home. If a dog goes into a seizure, you want to apply this directly to the mouth to pull the dog out of the seizure. This is the most potent and the most effective, but it is all the same CBD. It is all a full spectrum CBD. So there's no difference other than in the 250 milligrams CBD, there is a light mint. It's natural. It's not harmful for your pets. It's all good. So it's all good. So let's address how we would take this 3,000 milligram bottle and address the symptoms of arthritic conditions. So depending on how acute the symptoms are, I use a process called front loading. And what front loading is taking the CBD and taking 3 to 5 days, depending on how aggressive you want to be, and getting the CBD front loaded into the system in a little bit heavier quantity to start the anti-inflammation process. Once you get there 3 to 5 days, then we can back off and go to field. Chances are you're not going to use as much after the CBD has had a chance to get into the body. So, for instance, in a arthritic dog or person, I would recommend taking 0.50 milliliters, which is a half of a dropper, 2 times daily for a period of 3 to 5 days. If you're going with 0.50, you could probably get close to the 3-day mark. If you want to be a little bit less aggressive or the symptoms aren't quite as acute, you can go 5 days and use 0.25 milliliters. So 0.25 milliliters will be 25 milligrams of CBD a day, twice a day. 0.50 would be 50 milligrams per usage, twice a day. So you say, oh, wow, that's a lot of CBD. Okay, CBD is not the same as medications. Medications are working off of a different receptor system in the body. CBD is working off an entirely different set of receptors, and it is not toxic to the liver. Doesn't have the high toxicity load as medications. So weight really isn't the issue. I know it's crude and rudimentary, but you wouldn't question for 2 seconds giving your dog 100 milliliters of water. But you wouldn't give your dog 100 milliliters or milligrams of hydrocodone. There is a big difference. The medication is highly toxic to the liver, and it has to go through the filtration system, where CBD is more a holistic approach to, say, quote unquote treatment. It's going to be safe for your dog.